All right, so now let's talk about writing formulas for compounds that have 3 or more elements in it. These are called tertiary or ternary. So we have 3 or more elements in this formula. One of them is always going to be oxygen, and the reason is because really we have what's called a polyatomic in there. And that polyatomic is a group of atoms that stay together, they bond with other things, but they always stay together. So you really have to just memorize the names, the formulas, and the symbols, oxidation states for these polyatomics. You do have a list on your Schoology website of the ones that you need to memorize. There are tons of them, but we only need to memorize the certain ones. We're going to use parentheses around those polyatomics to make sure that they kind of stay together, that we don't mess up that formula. When you crisscross, you're going to go outside the parentheses. You're never going to change the polyatomic formula. Never change the polyatomic formula. So let's look at these two right here. Magnesium nitrate, nitrate. Now first off, I'm going to notice that I've got that ITE ending there. I don't have an IDE ending. This is what's going to tip you off that this is a polyatomic. If it ends in ite or ate, it's going to be a polyatomic. Magnesium, again, straight from the periodic table, oxidation number of 2. Nitrite, you need to have that memorized. Nitrite is NO2 with a -1 charge. Now again, I'm going to put this in parentheses just so I know when I crisscross my 1 and my 2, it goes outside the parentheses. So the final answer would be, again, it's going to take 2 nitrates, each having -1 charge, to neutralize out the magnesium with a +2 charge. Calcium sulfate, again, that's a metal. That's polyatomic, so I know I have a binary or ternary ionic compound here. Calcium is a +2 charge. Sulfate is SO4, and that's got a -2 charge. Again, we see a +2 and a -2 when both of these are the same. I could crisscross, and this is what I would have, but I would look and say, hey, I can reduce these. Again, I'm not going to change anything with that polyatomic, so we would just be CaSO4. But back to here, if I notice that I have a +2 and a -2, +3, -3, +1, -1, if they're the same value, just opposite charges, I can just cross them out and it'll come out to be the same formula. All right, why don't you guys try, pause the video, and you guys try gallium let's do gallium hydroxide. Do phosphate there, but let's do gallium hydroxide. So what would gallium hydroxide? Go ahead and pause the video, write your answer. So we notice that gallium has a +3 charge in hydroxide. Now this is the tricky one. It ends in IDE, but it is a polyatomic. So we just need to, again, that's the exception to the ites and 8 rule. So again, crisscrossing this, I'm going to have 1 gallium and 3 hydroxides. For my final answer, it would be gallium hydroxide.